Southwell Theater. A few items of business before we begin the show. There will be no intermission. A bathroom is right outside the theater and to the right. Please do not take pictures or film during the show, and please remember to silence your cell phones. Our play tonight is based on a true story. Dachau was a brutal concentration camp 12 miles northwest of Munich, Germany. Nearly all the people portrayed in the play were real people. We've had a few changes in our cast. Elijah Fick was the original actor who was supposed to play Blessed Karl Liesner, but last week he suffered a concussion and was unable to continue. Peter Wirtz learned his part in a very short time. The play is 2 hours. We hope you enjoy the show.
The purpose of the concentration camp is to contain enemies of the state. Schmidt! Are you listening?
Yes.
We must lock up those who threaten the security of the nation. Some individuals have to be deprived of their personal freedom because they spread lies and misinformation. Such enemies are taken into preventative custody and assigned to a concentration camp. Any civilian caught making contact with a prisoner will be arrested and put in prison or subject to the death penalty.
Why do you read that aloud every day?
We have to remember why we are here, Schmidt.
What is that?
An herbal drink for national health standards. Would you like some?
No thanks.
Let's get to work.
What a lovely table you've set here, girls. Mrs. Hoffer should be here any minute. Where is your grandmother?
She's still upstairs reading.
Look, Mother, I arranged the flowers.
They are so lovely. Are they all from your garden?
Yes, all of them.
I didn't realize some of these had bloomed yet.
I'm still planning on expanding my garden.
Well, we can talk about that later.
The meat and cheese is ready. Do you think she'll eat this?
I hope so. I don't know if she's following the new state diet or not. This is just perfect. Tea is ready. Mother, sit here. We will be eating soon.
What?
Eating soon?
Eating? This looks lovely.
We're having a guest.
What?
A guest, Mother.
Guess. Guess what?
A guest.
Someone's coming. A guest. Oh, all right.
Would you run and get her shawl? It's a little cold in here. Please come in, Mrs. Hosser.
Thank you for having me. It's been too long. We need to do this more often. Next time I will have you, your mother, and the girls over.
That would be lovely.
Hello.
Have a seat over here by Mother. Would you like some tea?
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
We also have some sausage.
If that suits you, of course.
Oh yes, I'm not really following the new dietary rules of the Third Reich. Herbs, less meat, and all that.
It sure is popular these days.
Yes, I have the brochures and the new cookbook for wives. It all came in the mail. Hitler wants us to totally change the German meat and potato menu for vegetables. What do they say again?
Meat is supposed to be the smallest portion on your plate.
Such a strange concept for us Germans to cut back on meat. Well, I suppose you've got to give Hitler credit. He has our best interest in mind. Our health and our country's strength.
I suppose, but it's so hard to change what's been ingrained in us.
That's the whole point of the new Third Reich cookbook, to give us ideas and education. The health of the German people starts in the home.
I see you've been doing your reading.
Oh, these flowers are so lovely. Are they from the new flower shop?
New flower shop?
No, these are all from my garden.
Crystal has a lovely hobby of flower gardening, Mrs. Hosser.
Oh, then she must visit the new flower shop.
I can go with her this week. Grandma needs an outing too. Where is it?
First of all, I must warn you. It's attached to the prison camp.
Attached to the prison camp? A new flower shop in town, Mother.
Don't let that deter you, though. It's perfectly safe. Grandma can go too. The shop is just wonderful, clean and so well organized.
Does it have cut flowers arrangements, seeds?
Yes, it even has vegetables and herbs grown right there in the camp.
That sounds perfect.
The acres behind the camp are used to grow the foods Germans need for superior health, herbs and vegetables.
That's convenient.
It's brilliant, really. Rather than having the prisoners just sit around doing nothing, they are put to work on something beneficial.
Yes, I suppose so.
Have you been to the new military neighborhoods, where the military men live with their families?
Yes, we've been by there. Lovely homes.
Lovely gardens.
Exactly. All of those gardens were started right there in the camp, in their greenhouses. I just cannot rave enough about this shop. You must go.
Prison camp, Mother. Mother doesn't like the camp.
No, she wouldn't. Too set in her ways.
The camp is not welcome in Dachau. Our town has been here for centuries, a place where artists came to paint the landscape. A lovely historical place. Now the camp leaves a scar in our town.
I must agree that seeing prisoners work in our streets is not the image our little town once had.
Well, I agree, but these are very dangerous men. They have dangerous convictions.
Dangerous?
I don't mean physically dangerous. They threaten the Third Reich and everything we stand for as Germans. Our town just happens to have the fortifications needed to keep these men locked up.
Himmler built that camp 10 years ago. No one approved of it. He just rushed in here and built it. It's ruining our town.
Well, we might as well use it now that we have it, or it would be a waste. Those men need a place to be locked up.
Men locked up, Mother, in the camp.
It shouldn't be in our town. Not in Dachau.
Well, it's a good thing they added the flower shop. I'm telling you, it's clean and lovely. The man who helped me in there was a prisoner, but he was very kind. I'm sure they probably put the nicest ones to work in the shop.
Can we go shop there, Mother?
Well, I suppose we can go see it tomorrow.
Black danger, that's what they are.
What are you talking about?
I've just received word about who's coming on the next train. Black danger.
Oh. Who?
We are about to get 900 Catholic priests over the next few weeks.
Really?
They're a danger to the Reich. They confuse people with their preaching.
Why are we getting all the priests?
Well, the Vatican has asked Himmler to round them all up and keep them together.
Since when has Himmler complied with the Vatican?
It's political. It's for our advantage, somehow.
So that's your black danger. The priests here.
Block 26. I'm going to stick them in the back of the camp in Block 26. Double the fencing around them so none of them can leak their filthy thoughts into the rest of the camp.
Double fencing.
Their influence on others must be as restricted as possible.
What work will they do?
The plantation.
The plantation? You're going to have them work the gardens? Priests? They're going to be bumping off, left and right.
That's the point. Work until they drop. We get jobs done and get rid of them at the same time.
I doubt that they are hard-working men.
Well, Himmler is determined we get those acres planted by spring somehow.
That is one of the hardest workloads in the camp. You've seen the plants, right? It's soggy and unfit for planting.
Yes, I know.
All right.
The whole area is a bog. It needs to be trenched and drained. And who better to do it than by the hands of 900 priests? Those morons will crawl on their hands and knees like the filthy swine they are.
Line up! Stand lines!
Put that cigarette out, Schmidt.
I don't care what the Fuhrer says about smoking.
You will when he finds out. Greetings, priests. First order of business. Forget your names. We use numbers here. Numbers are exact, unmistakable. The Third Reich is built on rules and order, and so it will remain for the next 1,000 years. Now, you will all have work assigned to you on a daily basis. At the end of the day, you will line up here for a head count. Anyone who is not present will cause punishment for all. In addition, you have been each assigned a capo as your barrack leader. His orders are to be strictly followed.
The day room and sleeping quarters are to be kept perfectly clean, free of even the slightest speck of dust. The bunks and tables are to be lined with mathematical precision.
Sir, we are ready.
Get in line and grab a pail of ration.
What do these red triangles mean?
We're political prisoners. Are you new here? Here, help me with this pail.
Yes, how long have you been here?
Already 6 months.
That guy's a green triangle.
Him? He's a professional criminal.
Makes sense.
Fits the part, huh?
Yes.
Look, my bit of advice, just do the drills. On the outside, you're just an old camp hand. but no one can take away what's on the inside.
Well, actually, I'm not a very good camp hand so far. I already lost my food dish. No rations for me.
When did you last eat?
24 hours ago. What do you Nick?
Don't worry, I'll make sure you get a new bowl. We're all priests here. They're the best group of men I've ever met.
Well, actually, I'm not a priest yet. I'm still a deacon. I missed my ordination.
You missed your ordination?
Yes.
How?
I was in the hospital when it happened.
I'm so sorry. Father Otto Pease.
Deacon Karl Liesner. Still not better yet.
Yeah, this has taken long enough. Line up for inspection. User, move it! Are you going to stay on your feet?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Priests are filthy swine. Who are you?
Filthy swine.
Who are you?
Filthy swine.
Remember, they can't take what's inside of us.
Welcome to Dachau, filthy swine.
At Mass, we went to meet the one Lord who held our lives in his hands. Here, we found love in the midst of suffering, hatred, and indifference. We had a palpable sense of calm with the beauty of the altar, the ornaments, the rites, in the midst of our filth and poverty. Tranquility, recollection, and solitude in the midst of constant overcrowding and all sorts of noises. The Nazis were no longer anything but a sad nothingness beside this splendid, immortal reality of Christ.
That's 30 minutes. Time's up. All of you, line up. Line up and have done with this. I've told you this is not to exceed 30 minutes. Capo, do your duty and see that these men get going.
Sir, yes, sir. Everyone line up! Come on, get up! Line up, you filthy pigs! Line up! You're new here. You're gonna have to get used to that. Otherwise, you're lost. Without me, you will not survive. The main thing is don't draw attention to yourself. Make your beds, sing out, and march well. Other than that, your thoughts are your own.
Excuse me, I didn't get any bread yet.
The bread ration is always handed out in the afternoon.
Who is that guy?
That's Hugo Gutman. Most agree he's the nicest.
He just hits a lot.
Oh, Mother, look at this place.
Go easy now. We cannot buy the whole shop.
May I help you?
Yes, you're looking for some flower seeds and some azaleas.
We have some azaleas in pots.
Crystal, it's time to go.
Before you go, be sure to read the plant instructions carefully. Very carefully. And do exactly as they say.
All right, thank you.
That was an odd experience.
What do you mean, Mother?
I'm not sure. There's just something very off about that whole shop. I can't really put my finger on it.
Line up for rations!
This has been a long Vic. I need a drink.
What you need is a strong herbal tea.
9. Beer.
Brother National Socialist, every German is responsible for the whole of the German people. Everything you eat or drink either weakens us or strengthens us. You do not have the right to damage your body with chemicals. Your nation needs your health.
What is this?
Red cabbage soup.
Get 3 potatoes. One of mine is rotten. I'll eat it.
What are you doing?
Seems shocking at first, but you're still living off the reserves in your body. When you burn through those, then you will know hunger.
And when hunger strikes, it can never be satisfied by cabbage and carrots.
Why are we allowed to have a chapel and mass?
The Vatican asked Himmler to permit it.
Why did he agree?
A chapel boosts morale, and it's no skin off his nose. He has us right where he wants us.
On a good note, we are the largest community of priests ever to live together in the history of the world.
Yes, over 2,000 priests live here now.
Time for months! Everyone line up and get out! Hold it! What do you have here? Ah. You gonna say your night prayers?
Yes, I am.
What does your God think of this thing?
He's your God too.
Are you superstitious? What if I threw this thing on the floor and ground it into filth? Will your God strike me down? Does it have special power?
It's a gift of grace for those who believe in its effects. If you don't believe, then it's just a piece of chain to you. It won't help or hurt you.
Sweet dreams, filthy swine.
I just can't get that prisoner's face out of my mind.
What do you mean?
His eyes. They were trying to tell me something.
I'm so excited to add Azaleas to the garden.
Those need special care, dear.
Don't worry, Grandma. The man added instructions.
What's wrong? Did you get the wrong plant?
Mother, what is this note?
We need help. Send word to the school sisters of Notre Dame in Friesling. Tell them to pick up a plant order we have for them here. Enclosed is their receipt. Please do not delay.
What is it, dear? There is something very wrong with this camp. You must bring the message to the sisters at once.
I don't even know what it means.
That doesn't matter. Maybe they will.
Hello, may I help you?
My name is Martha Steinbiegler. I have a written message to deliver to the Mother Superior.
I can take that for you. Mother is busy at present.
Then I will wait. I need to deliver this myself and explain the situation.
I'm sorry, there's nothing more I can do. Mother's not available.
Wait. Please let me talk to her. I believe that the sisters are needed to help men in the concentration camp in Dachau.
Dachau? What do you know of the camp? One of the sisters has a brother there, Father Spiel.
Then please help us.
The sister is very worried about her brother since she has not heard from him.
Well, this may give us some clues. It is from Dachau and I believe it is urgent.
Alright, I will see what I can do. Mother, she said she would wait to talk to you. I tried to take the note for you.
Why could she have just not given you the information?
She said it's a written message from the men in the concentration camp in Dachau. It needs to explain it to you personally.
All right. You better show her in. These sure are odd times.
Here's the note, Mother.
We need help. Send word to the school sisters of Notre Dame in Friesling. Tell them to pick up a plant order we have for them here. Enclosed is their receipt. Please do not delay. What could this mean? We did not order any plants. Did this man say his name?
No, he didn't.
Well, I can only conclude that some of the priests who were arrested for speaking out against Hitler have been sent there.
Priests are sent there?
Yes, we recently heard from our chaplain that the Vatican requested that all priests who were arrested be sent to one central location, and Dachau was chosen.
I thought Dachau only had criminals and political prisoners.
Mrs. Steinbiegler, the Third Reich has many sinister beliefs and practices. They will not hesitate to arrest anyone who says anything against them.
So our town has a camp where priests are kept? We had no idea this was unfolding under our noses.
I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. Some of the sisters in our convent likely know priests there, and that's why we are being asked to help.
You know, my mother keeps saying she has a bad feeling about the camp. I think she's right.
This prisoner was taking a great risk by sending this note for help.
Please let us know if there's anything else that we can do.
For now, a sister will be sent to pick up this mysterious order of plants. We will see what we can find out.
See that capo over there?
Capo?
That's the name for a prisoner who's also a guard. They're called capos. The black jackets and the armbands.
Oh yes, I see him.
That's Rouch, the most brutal capo of the bunch.
As long as he's visible, you need to keep moving. Just keep moving.
If you need a break, grab an empty bucket, get in line, and pretend it's full. He never knows. What happened to your hand?
I burned it this morning carrying a food pail.
Keep working as best you can. I have something I can put on that later.
Are you a priest? Are you a priest?
Yes, we're
Yes,
priests.
you're
We're
all
all
priests.
priests.
Then none for you. What are you looking at? Get back to work!
Josepha, may I speak with you for a moment?
Yes, Mother.
I have received word from a Mrs. Steinbugler that someone has donated plants to our convent, and we are to pick them up in the town of Dachau.
Dachau.
There is a flower shop there.
And you would like me to go?
Yes, I am sending you tomorrow with Brother Eric to the flower shop that is run by the camp prisoners.
The flower shop is attached to the camp prisoners.
Yes. You are to tell the clerk that you are picking up a plant order. Here is your receipt.
Yes, Mother.
You are to be on the lookout for our convent to provide some sort of aid to the camp. Yet, do not come right out and ask.
All right, Mother.
Be ready in the morning. Wear your civilian travel dress, and at this point, do not voluntarily announce that you are a postulant of the Notre Dame School Sisters. You will not lie if you are asked, but do not volunteer the information. Do you understand?
Yes, Mother. Is this a dangerous trip?
No. No, I would not send you into anything dangerous.
Okay, I will do this.
This flower shop is open to the public for shopping. Even families shop there. I just have a feeling you need to be vigilant and prudent. May God guide your journey, Josepha. You may return to your room to prepare for the journey.
Yes, Mother.
What do you make of all this?
I feel strongly that God is calling upon us to do something extraordinary.
So you are sending Josepha then? Are you sure this is something she can handle?
Yes. As a postulant, she does not quite have the same aura as a professed sister.
I hope nothing will become of this. We've already lost our teaching positions due to the National Socialist laws.
Joseph will go to Dachau. She is the best person for the task, innocent and unassuming. These are extraordinary times which justify these extraordinary positions.
What's the problem with Block 26?
Someone is missing.
Everyone was here when we left this morning.
Well, what's the holdup? Move it!
Oh, Blocker, there's a prisoner. He's missing.
What do you mean he's missing? He's lying somewhere face down in the dirt. Keep searching!
Keep searching! Move it!
Herr Blocker, it says he's a prisoner from Barrack 7.
It's 29264, sir. You were in the greenhouse.
Search all the greenhouses again. What are you standing there for? Go! I don't have to be anywhere. I'm in no hurry. We will be here until he is found. Or until you all freeze to death waiting. Capo!
Sir, yes, sir.
You had better hope he's found.
He was with us today, sir. He's an older one, not one to escape.
Enough! We'll start with 25 lashes. This happened on your watch.
We found him!
You're lucky this time.
Sir, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Looks like he's collapsed from exhaustion. He's still alive.
Not for long.
From Acts 16:22. The magistrates, rending off their clothes, commanded them to be beaten with rods. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them diligently. And at midnight, Paul and Silas, praying, praised God, and they that were in prison heard them.
thank you.
Here, for your hand.
Where did you get this?
Don't ask questions. Just accept it. Oh, and here's a little extra food for the days you didn't eat.
I hope you all get moved to easier jobs.
Maybe you could come work in the flower shop with me.
You can't just ask to get moved.
That's a good way to get beat.
I don't know why I was put in charge of the flower shop. I'm willing to trade places with you, my friend.
Thank you, but you don't know what you're saying.
The plantation is a death sentence. Acres of killing fields. They've told us it'd be easier work for the priests.
Easier work.
Pulling up weeds on our knees.
Crawling around in ditches full of water. The pestilential stench.
With no shelter from the wind or rain. Or the capos, who treat us like cattle.
It seems like a goal to avoid the plantation at all costs, and be chosen to work a trade. But I have no special skills.
None of us do, Carl. We're priests. That's why we run the plantation.
Some priests get to run transport commando. Or get indoor jobs like our father Shinwalder here.
Yeah, how did you get that job in the flower shop?
I have no idea, but I'm sure my day will come when this blessing becomes a curse.
Thank you, Brother Eric, for accompanying me.
You should probably just call me Eric. Drop the brother part, in case they overhear.
Yes, I agree.
So we're just gonna walk in and ask for the order?
I think so. I have the order paper here.
Alright, well, here we go.
Hello there. I'm here to pick up an order. Here's our sheet. Are you the person to ask?
Yes, I am. You're going to have to be patient and wait until the plants are ready.
Oh, yes, that is fine.
We'd be glad to wait, sir.
Sit here. I will get your bill together.
Here, I will take these.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Do you know a Father Spiel? He's a prisoner in here and brother of one of the nuns.
Shh! The guard at the door is watching me, and I'm only permitted to talk about business matters with civilians.
Oh dear.
I do know Father Spiel, and will give him your regards. I am also a Catholic priest.
You are?
I'm sorry for my coldness towards the two of you. I needed time to observe you and make sure you were trustworthy.
Trustworthy? For what?
We would like to ask your convent to give us food secretly.
I'm sure we can help.
You cannot imagine what these men are going through. Starvation, exhaustion. From now on, I beg of you to bring me what I ask for.
From now on, you want us to return?
Yes, we are counting on your convent to help us. Can you also take the letters I give you?
I suppose.
We have very little contact with the outside.
I probably could only come once a week.
I could probably come less than that, but we'll see.
One of you should probably just come alone. Two of you would raise suspicion.
I will ask my Mother Superior what she wants us to do.
Good. Next week, bring me unconsecrated hosts and a bottle of wine to offer mass.
How are we to bring them?
Make the packages look like they're either laundry for the shop or something ready for shipping. You can pick up the plants you ordered next Tuesday.
Thank you.
You know, I have been thinking about our camp here.
Yeah? What's about it?
It is a miniature model of the real world.
How so?
We have almost every type of person represented here.
Yes, we do.
Criminals, spies, political groups, secret agents, assassins, gangsters, exploiters of all kinds. Then, of course, you have doctors, lawyers, professors, workmen. It's really an amazing little world we have here.
Indeed.
But you know what group I hate the most?
The spies?
The priests. We have highly concentrated church in here, Schmidt. I'm going to say something that I don't want you to repeat.
All right.
I don't think that Himmler should have put all these priests in one place. They're far too powerful together.
You think so? Too powerful? They look like weaklings to me.
Oh, don't underestimate their power.
What do you call them again?
Black danger. Just listen to these statistics. We have 250 German priests, 1,500 Polish priests, 150 priests from various European countries, and 60 Protestant ministers. These clergymen represent 25 nations, 40 religious orders, and 144 dioceses. That is a very powerful and very dangerous group of men. Every morning at 5 a.m., 400 priests gather to celebrate the Mass. That simply should not be allowed. 400 men should not be allowed to gather every morning to pursue their own interests, much less an interest so contrary to what the Third Reich stands for. No, Schmidt. This should have never been allowed.
Ask him not to have them separated. Tell them that we need workers in other areas. Tell them it's getting out of hand. It won't hurt to ask.
Josepha, you're back.
Thank goodness you have returned.
What did you think of the flower shop?
Well, I had no idea what I was doing when I got there.
Was someone there to explain the situation to you?
I met a Father Schönwalder, and he asked if we could provide food to the prisoners in the camp.
Does it sound like there are other priests in there?
I'm not really sure, but he knew a Father's spiel. I'm to return again to bring host and wine for Mass and food.
This is what I suspected.
They are starving.
Where do we begin? What do they need?
The flower shop seems to be a bit of a portal to get packages in and out of the camp.
Are there guards?
Some, but they move in and out.
I do not think that the priest would have asked us to help, unless he thought it possible.
Mother, where will we get food? We barely have enough for the convent.
I will have to put word out, but if there is truly a need, God will provide.
Senator from the Reichsführer, sir. Your request has been granted.
Well, seems like it's time for the Polish pigs to be separated from the Germans. Great news. Herr Himmler has come to his senses on that matter.
Which block will they go to, sir?
We'll put them in blocks 28 and 30.
Outside of the priest's block, then?
Yes, absolutely. First chance we get to get rid of them. Besides, they will get eaten alive by the communist prisoners. Shall we go tell them the good news?
Get in! Come on! Move it, you maggot!
All of you, fall in! Polish! That side. Germans on this side. If you are Polish, on that side. Germans on this side.
Where do Luxembourgers go?
Shut up! You there!
Me, sir?
Your number?
Number 29816.
29816. Take note of this order, Schmidt. 29816. Hear this, you filthy swine. From now on, only 29816 may conduct your stupid little ritual. No other person is allowed in the front area of the chapel, and no one is allowed in this sitting area after morning rations. Only Germans may attend. Anyone caught breaking this command will cause punishment for all. You risk this entire chapel being shut down permanently. Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir.
What?
Sir,
Yes, sir. Capos, this is to be closely enforced. Polish and others falling behind.
Look at all this food.
How will you be able to take this all to the camp, Josepha?
I'm going to take a little at a time.
We can also store extra packages at our house and slowly take them over.
I kept delivered since I'm young. They won't suspect me.
I doubt Mother will let you.
I can do it.
We will see.
Okay. I have a plan. I'm going to send you once a week.
How am I going to carry all of it?
You will load what you can onto your bicycle, and then you will ride to the train station. You will load your packages and bicycle onto the train bound for Dachau. The whole process should take about an hour.
Is Brother Eric going with her?
Not this time. I don't believe I will send him very frequently. I believe it is best if you go alone.
Yes, after hearing Father Schönwalder's request, I am ready.
Help, Mother. We're going to help the camp.
Oh yes, we must. Is this all for the prisoners?
Yes.
Good.
We will be leaving on the train soon.
All right, I'll be there tomorrow.
See you in Dachau.
Hold it! What do you have there? Show me.
It's my bread.
Arms out!
Stop! Don't just take his bread. Here, you can have mine.
You want to be disrespectful?
Let us be. You can't just take our rations.
I see what you're up to. I know what you're doing. Everyone line up. Get up. Line up. Wait till Herr Kaiser hears about this. You're all going for punishment. You priests know what obedience to authority means, right? Right!
Sir, yes, sir.
Prisoner 29791. Let's see you jump. Jump. I hate you and everything you stand for. I can make your life a living hell. Do you understand me?
Capo! What is the meaning of this?
Just a head count. Herr Kaiser. All men accounted for.
Hello, miss.
Hello.
Your order is still not ready. Please have a seat while I package it for you.
Thank you. How am I going to get all the packages to you? They're strapped on my bike, which sits down the road.
Bring it along the side of the fence next to the greenhouse. We will let you in there. Go, now.
Look at all this food!
This was not easy to get onto my luggage car.
Thank you, sister. We gotta reward you.
We should not call her sister. We should call her Maddie.
Maddie, I'm not sure I like that.
You must go with it. We are calling you Maddie.
All right.
And can you wear your hair differently? That style is so typical of a nun.
No, I'm not going to change my hair.
Well, I guess we'll just hope for the best.
There's black bread and white bread, and even some ham and butter.
Unbelievable.
What are those triangles on your uniforms?
They symbolize the reason we're here.
But you're all priests.
Yes, in this part of the camp they call us political prisoners. In other parts they wear other colors.
Otto will come for these packages.
Who is Otto?
Father Otto. He is our priestly rogue, so to speak.
He will get all of these supplies where they need to go.
What is it like in here? You all seem like you've been through so much. Yet there is such a zeal for life in your eyes.
Sister Josepha, I'm Maddie. You cannot imagine the hunger, the punishments, the desperation, and the deaths in these camps.
Does this even happen to priests?
It especially happens to priests because of the hatred towards our office and towards the church. We are beaten, starved, and overworked.
It is true. You must believe what you are hearing. So many are desperate in their need of food.
Go back and report to your Mother Superior all we have told you. We are grateful for anything she can do for us.
I will return.
We continue to find the holy sacrifice of the Mass as our comfort of each day. The priest says the same Latin words that all his brothers say in their morning Masses throughout the world. When we are there in Mass, no longer can we recall the world of the concentration camp. Each one of us, for just a precious moment, is restored to his original, fragile, and indestructible dignity.
That's 30 minutes. All of you line up outside for inspection.
On our way out of the chapel, in the pale light of the early morning, we felt a little more capable of facing the hunger and the fear.
What do you think of them?
I don't know what to think. They look sad, thin.
They're like us, though. We have to remember that. These are people who can rob us of our daily German life.
Think so?
I know so. If you don't believe me, here's an article to prove it's true. They wouldn't lie to us.
Who wouldn't lie?
The people who write the news. Here, listen to this. It will settle your worries about the camp. The inmates of Dachau are dangerous to our German nation. These are asocial elements, political muddleheads, vagabonds, work-shy persons, and drunkards. Furthermore, they are Jewish parasites on the nation, offenders against morality of every kind, and a group of professional criminals on whom preventative police custody has been imposed. The The prisoners are assigned work, which many of them have shunned all their lives. The camp has punctuality and painstaking cleanliness. The inmates' state of health is excellent. They have a regular lifestyle, good nourishing food, and regular sleep. Inmates also have regulated work and rest breaks. We provide illustration here with a series of pictures to present a useful insight into the camp, which primarily wishes to be an educational institution for the simplest basic rules of human coexistence.
See, look at these pictures.
Yes, those do look like nice living conditions.
And here's where they sleep. It's clean and they have everything they need.
Is this a meal for the prisoners in the picture?
Yes.
Well, it sure looks good.
Yes, we don't need to worry about the camp. Did you hear that some men were caught peeking over the fence into the camp out of curiosity?
Yes, I heard that. They were arrested and put in the camps themselves for doing so.
They have warned us not to interfere. I suppose it is for our own safety that they warn the public to stay away. These are very dangerous men.
Thank God you have come. The starvation has become even worse for the Polish priests. They have been moved to a new barrack.
People have been so generous.
Please thank them. Many Polish will be able to still their hunger with this.
Good news. Mother Superior said I may continue to come indefinitely every week if it's not too dangerous.
That is wonderful news, because I have a new request for your convent. Please ask your Mother Superior for 700 unconsecrated hosts a week.
700 a week?
Yes, we have many people who need Holy Communion. And plus, this way, the Polish priests may offer Mass on their own.
Where will they do that?
Kneeling in the field, most likely. To the guards, it looks like they are weeding. They use a simplified form of the Mass approved by Rome.
I will ask my Mother Superior for the hosts.
Thank you, as always.
My soup is cold.
Yes, they don't care. Sits out here for hours before we get it.
Well, what our families think of us having this picnic?
They'd be shocked, wouldn't they?
Ice cold soup, sitting in this filth, eating on our laps.
In odd striped garments, and drinking appalling cabbage soup.
All of this is like a surreal dream. This is bad, but I still think not being there on my ordination day remains the greatest sorrow of my life.
Yes, I can only imagine.
You get the calling, you pray, study, and prepare for it.
Yes.
I always pictured the joyful heart of my parents on my ordination day. There's something special about the parents when their son becomes a priest. They get a gift.
I remember my ordination like it was yesterday. I owe so much of who I am to my parents.
Now I may never get the chance to become a priest. Yet, here I am sitting in this filthy place. God has asked this disappointment of me.
Who would ever thought that we would be locked up like this, living like animals? If someone was to tell me I would endure all this, I never would have believed them. And yet, somehow, when we have nothing, we realize we have everything.
Yes, we have our faith.
Do you mind?
Yes! I mind. The Führer has regulations against smoking. It's in the Nichtstraußschutz policy.
What policy is that?
The Nichtstraußschutz policy. It's the protection of non-smokers. The Aryan race should not infect itself with tobacco.
I just don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know if we should always be doing everything for the fatherland. What about our own passions and desires?
That is dangerous speech, Schmidt. I'm going to assume you were joking and won't report it this time. To change this subject, listen to this letter that came to me. Look at what I have to deal with. It's from a farm wife requesting we send her prisoners to help at her home. Dear Camp Commandant, I wish to politely request the provision of a squad of prisoners for 2 days. I am justifying my request for the squad on grounds that, since my husband is on the front lines fighting this war, I cannot carry out this work alone with my 68-year-old mother. I'm unable to get any other assistance and would be grateful if you consider my request. Heil Hitler, Gretel Meyer.
Well, will you send them?
Actually, I will. We do grant some of these personal requests, but This one's strange. It's usually businesses that ask for prisoners for help.
For the fatherland.
For the... This is interesting, Schmidt. According to this report, the Vatican radio has broadcasted a critical report of Dachau.
And it appears that they are protesting the mistreatment of priests.
You mean the dogs in Rome? Well, well, well. We have been asked to give some sort of punishment for this broadcast.
Punish the priests?
Yes.
We could withhold rations. Make them stand outside at hours of attention.
We could always string them up on ropes and crucify them like last Good Friday. Remember that?
I wasn't assigned here yet, but I heard.
Yes. 7 of them died, not before their joints dislocated. I don't think we'll do that this time. Shall we tell the capos that someone has smuggled something in and let them take their wrath out on the prisoners?
Good idea. Foreign currency?
Halt! Stop.
Yes, sir.
What do you have there?
Personal belongings, sir.
Sit here.
Yes, sir.
Where are you headed?
To the flower shop.
There are lots of different plants and flowers in there. Have you been in there before?
Yes, I have.
Do you like flowers?
I don't dislike them. I pick up plants for my mother and sisters.
Well, I won't keep you.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Where have you been?
I was delayed by the guard outside.
Maddie, if they ever catch on to what you are doing, you would betray us all.
I really had no choice, Father. I had to speak to him.
It was very risky.
I had no choice, Father.
I'm sorry. Sometimes my nerves get the better of me in this whole situation. So many people are counting on us not to make careless mistakes.
I'm proud of this work. I'd rather die than betray any of you.
May God bless you. You are a brave and generous soul.
This isn't easy for any of us.
Well, it is now even more difficult. Word has gotten out to the prisoners that you've been taking letters out of the camp. And I have even more illegal letters for you to deliver.
I can do it.
Letters are riskier to smuggle than food. You understand this?
What do you mean?
Well, it is one thing to get caught with items. They can be explained away. The risk is grave carrying these letters out of the camp. I'm sure they contain information about the suffering and abuse going on here. Something the SS would not want leaked.
I understand the risk. I am willing to do it.
You realize if you are ever caught with these, you may face a death sentence.
It's on me now, Father.
Listen, don't come back next week. Let's give it 2 weeks.
Are you sure?
Yes, we'll just have to go without for a week. Let's just not take any risks.
All right, if you think that's what's best.
Yes. May God protect you. St. Michael, St. Raphael, St. Gabriel, and your guardian angel protect you.
Stand at attention! One of you was hiding foreign currency, and it was found. As punishment, everything in Block 26 shall be thrown outside twice a day for the next week for inspection. Twice a day, you will put it back in perfect order, everything cleaned off, and the beds remade. You will dust and sweep until not one single piece of straw from your bedding is visible on the street. There will be no food until this evening, and then only after the capo has made a personal inspection.
How would it have been possible to smuggle in foreign currency?
It didn't happen. We're being punished for something else.
Get to work! Everything out!
Can't believe our block just moved 750 sacks filled with straw.
500 blankets laid helter-skelter in the mud and rain and brought back in.
All in 1 hour. Beds made, rooms swept, and not a speck of straw remaining in the barrack street.
To think we have to repeat this for 6 more days? Carl! Carl, you alright?
I'm fine.
No, you're burning up with fever.
He needs food and rest.
Impossible, especially this week.
Can you spare some of your rations for Carl?
Give up our food?
You don't have to. I know we all need food, but I fear he will die if he doesn't get something extra.
He's so frail.
Everyone line up! Fall in, line up! Come on! I said get up!
Stop! This man is
Guard! Guard! How dare you get in the way? Take this man to the infirmary. Next time, you'll get it.
Capo, you had better have a better explanation than a head count as to what's going on this time.
Herr Blockspear, a man has been removed to the infirmary.
Stand at attention, all of you. We need order here. I have some good news. This week you are assigned to the fox's den. That field must be turned for sowing, and it should be done in the shortest time possible. Be sharp and ready tomorrow.
Attention! There will be no extra rations since this is not considered serious labor.
What's the fox's den?
It's that meadow down behind our block.
How is overturning a field not serious labor?
Because he's the only one getting extra bread.
The little Catholic world continued to flourish in the camp. The only joy they had was fulfilling their apostolic duty. To be priests, stripped to their very core of every worldly possession, made them better. In there they could be authentic. It was just them as servants and souls of the people. Countless confessions were heard anywhere they could. Again and again the Holy Eucharist was taken from the chapel to the labor barracks and hospital. They gave the poor beggars who flocked to them what they had, even if it meant giving up their own bread rations. Whatever the need of the camp was, they always turned to the priests for help. It was thanks to this welfare activity of the priests that the terrible famine in the camp did not become worse.
Otto, we are starving. We have even less food than we had before. Not to mention we haven't been able to offer mass.
My friends, how could they have separated us like this?
We're with prisoners who hate us, communists. They watch our every move and report everything to the capos.
I'll see what I can do.
You'll see what you can do? What will that be, huh?
Don't worry about it.
You priests are disgusting. Do you know how much I hate you? Did you know I was Catholic once?
And you still are.
No, I'm not.
You can turn your back on the church, but you're always Catholic, whether you're practicing or not. You have free will.
What do you mean by that?
Well, God always leaves the back door open for people to walk out on him. It was your choice.
Don't be stupid. The church is a bunch of imbeciles who try and impose rules on everyone else. I knew a bad priest once.
A bad priest isn't the church. A bad priest is just a bad person, like anyone else who walked out the back door.
You think your church is perfect? Wow, you're lost.
The church, how God designed it, is perfect. But the people inside that church, we're extremely flawed. Once you look past the mistakes of people and see that, you won't be so angry at the church anymore.
I won't listen to this. You can't make me do anything.
No, I can't make you. But I know a way for you to be much happier than you are now.
Oh, so you're happy here in all this filth, starvation, and pain?
Happiness and human pleasure aren't the same thing. Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy to know that this isn't it. I'm happy to know that one day I might be in heaven forever.
You're so brainwashed.
Well, what if this was all there was? Nothing more than this. Do you ever think maybe God allowed everything to be taken away from us so that we would have to realize there's got to be more than this? This is it? We just die and it's over? You really think so?
I won't listen to this. You can't make me change my mind. I still don't believe in God.
Then why do you ask about him so much?
Mother, the Steinbuchlers are here to see you.
Please show them in at once.
Come in. Have a seat.
Thank you for delivering this note, Mrs. Steinbuchler.
It seems that the prisoners have a real need for medicine, and Father Schönwalder wants Josepha to return now instead of wait another week.
Where will we get the medicine?
Sister Vigoris, you have great rapport with local businesses after your work with the sick. I feel that you will be able to approach pharmacists and beg for medicine.
I certainly will try.
What are the prisoners sick with?
Typhus, mainly.
How do they catch it?
Can we catch it?
It is carried through lice that the prisoners have on them.
Why? That's horrible.
Yes. You cannot believe what it is like in there.
They're starving.
Typhus is a huge problem now.
They're starving and have lice. I cannot even fathom it. I couldn't live like that.
They don't have a choice, those poor men.
Typhus, Mother. The prisoners have typhus.
What?
Typhus in the camp.
Tragic. Thank you for delivering this note, Mrs. Steinbuchler. I have something to tell you all. Josepha has been asked to bring 700 unconsecrated hosts per week.
700 a week?
This will be very difficult for us to come up with.
I am wondering if you and your family can help us in the effort of procuring flour and making the hosts.
We would be very willing to help, but where could we possibly get all that flour?
I think I can come up with most of it from donors. We would really just need help making the hosts, getting them packaged, and on their way each week.
Can I help too?
We will need all the help we can get. Now, in addition to the hosts, we are also still gathering food, supplies, and now medicine.
The need is urgent, but God is on our side.
Herr Blocksfield, we have a situation on our hands.
And what is that, Schmidt?
Most of the orderlies and the nurses have left the infirmary.
Why? What's going on?
They are scared of typhus. Shall we go after them?
No, most of them are communists. They wouldn't stay even if we forced them to.
But who will replace them? Who will actually remain with the sick during a typhus outbreak? The infirmary situations. There's bodies everywhere. The stench is putrid. It's overcrowded.
I know just the group for the job.
Really?
The priests. They love sick people, Christian charity, and all that.
Good news. The priests have captured the stronghold of the infirmary barracks.
Stronghold? You make it sound like a war.
It is a spiritual war. Up until now, there have been mostly communists in the infirmaries.
So now we're being asked to do nursing duties?
We could volunteer with approval.
I'm glad it's a volunteer situation. I would not want that position. I'm not a nurse.
I think it sounds better than work detail.
You're gonna die of typhus. It's not a better job, believe me.
It's a blessing. We can do much for the sick and the dying.
There are hosts missing from the tabernacle and the chapel.
Oh? How do you know?
I count it every day. I've been entrusted to the care of the sanctuary, and any Holy Communion that is missing is my fault.
In whose eyes? God's or Hitler's?
Did you take some out?
I did.
You broke the camp rules and went over my head!
You're confused! Who is in charge of you? You're a priest. I'm a priest. We don't have to follow these unjust rules of the camp.
Do you want our chapel taken away?
No! I want to bring our Lord to those who need Him. I have to weigh what is the most important task of the day. Saving souls or living in fear.
I'm the one who will be put to death for what you do.
And would that really be so bad? Dying for something you believed was right?
It's not immoral for us to keep the chapel for German priests.
It's not immoral, but it's weak.
I don't think so.
You of all people know what the Polish are going through. After all, to live without Mass and the Holy Eucharist? Only a priest truly understands that.
What do you think is wrong with her?
She has not been the same since she returned from the camp this last time. I've noticed her getting more and more sorrowful lately.
Do you think these trips to the camp should continue?
Yes, I do. I suspect that she feels she has the weight of the war on her shoulders.
Could this be harmful to her health? Her safety? Our safety?
Somehow, I feel compelled to let her continue.
Halt! Where are you off to?
Heading to the infirmary for nursing duties, sir.
Really? Let me see your orders. You didn't get them. Did you? Who sent you? Answer me. Answer me! Because it sure as hell wasn't me!
Just turn your head, Goodman. Pretend you never saw me. I'm just going to the sick.
What sort of things? You're bringing your filthy sick friends. They're all probably dead. And yet you do all this running around. For nothing! This is all nothing! What do you think? I will make the world a better place, you fool!
Just let me go. Let me do my duty tonight. You can go to bed. I'll be back for roll call. I promise. I'll even make sure you get some cigarettes and bread out of this.
Oh, how nice. Do you know how many times I've thought about killing you?
Peace, my brother. Don't have that kind of hatred in your heart. Let go of it.
Oh, but I do. I keep all these thoughts here. In my little book. See here? There's your number. Right there. Stop that! That's for giving someone bread! Passing around the bread of life! Stuffing your gut!
That's all my fault! No one else is to blame.
When you were giving someone bread, felt like kicking you in the stomach.
You know what? I don't believe you. I don't believe any of this act you put on. You're human, just like the rest of us. There must be some compassion deep inside of you. Don't forget that.
You'll get it one of these days, priest!
Here, I brought you some food.
Thank you. I needed this visit. Sometimes it's hard to remain hopeful.
I know it is. How have you been in here?
I seem to experience hours of deep depression, dark hours and days where there's no glimmer of light in my soul. I don't feel joy, but I know joy.
Yes. Just keep pondering what you know to be true and good. Put one foot in front of the other on the path you know is right, even if you don't feel anything joyful whatsoever.
Thank you. These are the words I needed to hear.
The Lord is right by your side.
I know he is. I shouldn't complain.
Oh, we all want to once in a while.
Thank you for visiting. Your friendship and compassion have kept me going. May God bless you. And before you go, that man over there, in bed, he's in need of a priest. I think you're needed.
All right. We'll rest up. Before you know it, you'll be back on your feet. Hello, Father Otto Peace.
Hello, Father. I'm Johann. Thank God you've come.
Carl sent me.
Carl? Oh, he's been such a special blessing to all of us.
He has? How so?
He brings all of us such hope. He even sings for the prisoners in here.
Carl does that? He sings?
Not an ounce of despair or fear about him. He even divided up his loaf of bread for the other prisoners in here.
He gave away his loaf of bread.
He sure did.
That's a 3-day bread ration.
I think his Angelican doesn't eat food.
Well, he is very generous.
Yes, he is.
Great news, men! We have a bishop in the camp. He just came in with the new transport of priests.
What? How do you know?
I heard his name read in the reception block. Bishop Gabriel Piget.
Will he be sent here to the priest block or off to the Polish priests?
Piget, you said? He's French?
Yeah, he's French. I don't know which block he'll be sent to, but I'm gonna try to pull some strings.
Bribery, no doubt.
Well, we have to do what works, right? You have a Gabriel Piget on your list for hard labor?
Maybe I do.
Could you please switch him to a lighter workload?
And what makes you think I'll do that? What was his name again?
Gabriel Piget.
PJ. How does sweeping the greenhouse sound?
And as for housing, could you please move him to block 26?
It's done.
Thank you. There'll be more where that came from. I'm looking for a coat for a prisoner. Someone a little larger than me.
Get out another time.
I think you might.
How about this?
Perfect. Thank you. Gentlemen, welcome Bishop Piget.
Your Excellency, it's an honor.
Thank you. Thank you for this warm welcome.
I have some extra clothes for you, and even some extra food.
Oh my! Praise God, I'm with a community of such brave and holy priests.
Otto has gone to great lengths for you.
I cannot thank you enough.
Yes, and now our priestly community has a bishop to lead us.
I will do my best to fill in as your shepherd until we all return to our own diocese.
The war is soon to be over. Maybe even in a few months. That's what my husband thinks anyways.
What makes him think that?
There have been German losses on the eastern fronts. And an assassination attempt on Hitler.
Oh yes, I heard about that attempt.
Also Estonia and the entire Baltic have been surrounded.
What will happen to the men in the camps?
I don't know what they will do with them. It would be scary to release them back into society. Dangerous men like that.
Now, mighty God bless in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Thank you.
Is there anything more we can do for you, Your Excellency?
Oh no, I'm fine. You all have done so much. I didn't think I would be imprisoned with fellow priests.
Bishop, I would like to propose an idea to you.
All right.
Well, as you know, our deacon Karl is really suffering.
Aren't we all?
You mean with his illness?
Not just his illness. His greatest sorrow is he may not live to see his ordination.
That is a very real possibility. His health is very serious.
What if? What if Karl was ordained here, in the camp, by Bishop Piget?
What?
Bishop, what would we need for an ordination to happen?
Well, you would need authorization from Karl's own bishop.
All right.
Not to mention permission from the Archbishop of Munich diocese, where his ordination would have taken place. And ritual books, oils, vestments.
It's a crazy idea. It won't work.
I wouldn't hesitate a moment to perform his ordination, but there are some conditions that would need to be met before I could proceed.
Yes, there's so much we need smuggled in for this. Otto, stop. We need to be grateful for all we have. With all due respect, Your Excellency, it's too risky.
Too risky? Where is your faith that God will provide?
Faith? What about putting God to the test? Be satisfied we have Mass, Holy Communion, anointing of the sick, confession. Now we have a bishop to lead.
Yes, exactly my point. We have a bishop.
You realize this could put it into everything Catholic we have going on here.
Don't you understand? Don't you see?
You're the one who's not seeing. Look around you. This could all be taken away in a flash. I feel sorry for Karl. I really do. I hope he lives to see his ordination outside the camp, but we cannot do more than is humanly possible.
Would you at least consider?
Your idea could literally be the worst thing that happens to 1,000 priests. And I am not...
Just listen to me. An ordination in here, of all places, would be the priest's victory over the Nazis.
Victory? So this is some kind of game to you?
Who agrees? Does anyone think this idea is worth pursuing? Or is it crazy?
You do have sudden inspirations that wouldn't come from ordinary men. I wouldn't say crazy. Brazen, maybe.
Come on, show of hands. Who thinks we should get Karl ordained here? We have work to do, men.
Perhaps you should start by talking to Karl.
Hello? How is he?
He's been up all night coughing.
You're one of the few nurses left. I didn't even know they were still sending women over here.
They're desperate. I'm one of the few they sent over. I'm also a Catholic.
Good. How's his fever?
I think we are getting that under control.
I have some medicine for him, and some of the others, every 6 hours.
Yes, I will do that. Hopefully we can get more. We have so many patients.
I believe there's more coming. Karl! Karl, wake up! Let me help you.
Otto?
I have some great news!
I could use some good news.
We have a bishop in the camp, and he's agreed to do something for you that has never been done before. Something spectacular, unthinkable. Karl, is going to ordain you right here in Dachau.
Ordain me? Here in Dachau?
Yes, isn't that great news?
No!
What do you mean, no? Karl, this is what you've been waiting for.
I can't just do this, Otto.
Yes, you can. Karl, my friend, I thought you would be happy about this news.
Look, I really appreciate all you've done for me, but I cannot accept this.
Karl, don't pass this opportunity up. None of us knows what lies ahead.
Look, I must wait until I'm well so I can return home and become a priest in my own church, with my own family. That's how it's supposed to be, Otto. Not in this filthy place. Not here, miles away from home.
Karl, don't you understand? This might be your only chance to become a priest.
Perhaps you should let him rest for now.
All right. But Karl, will you at least pray about this? If this is God's will, we'll have peace with it. He'll work out the details. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just trying to force my own will.
Yes, I will pray, but I need a clear sign that it's God's will before I proceed.
I understand, my friend. I understand.
Blottier, it has just been reported that our forces are taking heavy losses. I'm having serious doubts whether we can win the war now.
I don't want to hear it. I've seen and heard too many things going wrong right now. I don't want to hear it.
We are very unlikely to recover.
I cannot allow myself any doubts about our final victory. I have to believe in it.
Common sense is clearly telling us that we are bound to lose.
I am devoted to the Führer, to his ideology. They couldn't be allowed to fail. Each one of us has worked fanatically, as if our victory depended on our own work.
Thank you.
This ought to cheer you up.
Yeah, she always keeps me up to date on the events at home.
October 13th, 1944. Dear Karl, I have some bad news to tell you. I hope you get this letter. There was a terrible air raid on our home city of Cleve. Much of the city is in ruins. By God's providence, our home in the eastern area was spared. However, they have destroyed all the churches in the city. I am sorry to tell you that our beloved pastor, Jacob Cooper, was found underneath the ruins of our parish church. May he rest in peace.
God's will be done.
Karl, are you talking to me?
Yes, we are gypsies. We no longer have a home. No, it's not the fever. God has just sent me a clear sign.
Oh, all right. I thought you were delirious with fever.
No, it's the sign I've been asking for. As soon as possible, I would like to talk to Father Otto.
I will see what I can manage.
Be in your bunks in the next 5 minutes.
Great news, men. Karl's agreed to go with the ordination. And fortunately, I've already begun work behind the scenes. Just in case my will and God's will align.
Of course you have.
Are we ready? It's November 15th today. We aim to have him ordained before Christmas. Gaudete Sunday.
I will speak to Maddie and ask for the help of the convent.
She will be instrumental in getting those letters of approval from the bishops.
I will spread word throughout the camp and see what kind of items I can collect.
I'm gonna smuggle Karl out of the infirmary. Tonight.
What? You put him where?
In here. He needs to prepare for the ceremony.
You think that's wise?
What will we tell Gutman when he sees that you are missing?
I'll wait till he's gone to bed.
What happens when Karl's missing from the hospital roll call?
The nurse will remove his name. She's willing to help us.
And they just assume he died or what?
It doesn't matter. He needs to be here with us.
Did you see Gutman?
No, thank God. No sign of him. You remain in here, Karl. Welcome home.
Josepha is here. I finally have some good news from the prisoners.
I'm ready for good news.
We all are.
Good news, Mother. Josepha has good news from the camp.
Well, let her come in and catch her breath first.
A bishop has come into the camp.
Is that your good news?
Don't interrupt, dear.
That's part of my good news. It seems the bishop in the camp will ordain the deacon if we get the proper supplies.
Oh my.
Are we being asked to help gather the supplies?
Some of them.
You mean like the oils?
I need first to go to the Archbishop of Munich and deliver this letter from Father Otto, which explains the whole situation. Then, if he approves, he'll give me the oils, the ritual book, and a letter of approval.
An ordination, Mother. A man from the camp.
Lovely! What about the bishop's outfit?
Vestments will all be gathered from within the camp.
How will they do that?
The prisoners have access to a warehouse that has everything the SS has ransacked from all over Europe.
It's all kept in Dachau?
It's all kept in Dachau.
I bet that warehouse contains all sorts of treasures.
It does. There's a catalog of the items inside.
Do the priests have access to the items in this warehouse?
Not easily. They have to go through serious bargaining. Prisoners are allowed to pay for items in the depot with their food rations.
So some of the men will go hungry in order to get items for the ordination?
Yes, they will.
The sacrifices they're making are incredible.
These poor men, to have to go through all of this.
Most of them are helping out because they are happy for Deacon Karl. Some of them are not even priests, and some not even Catholic. Can you imagine to not even be a Catholic and yet to help him get ordained?
This is incredible. Cannot believe everyone is coming together. Josepha, what an honor you have been asked to help.
Yes, Josepha. Now you'll have to go visit the Archbishop for the letter of approval.
You have been given a very noble assignment.
How are the vestments coming along? The linens?
I have the miter done, but the vestments are taking a while. I keep getting interrupted and have to hide them.
I understand. Keep up the good work.
Here's the crozier.
Where did you get this?
I carved it.
You carved this? It looks like the work of a Benedictine.
Ora elabora.
Here's the oils, the ritual book, and a letter of approval from the Archbishop of Munich.
You're amazing.
God is amazing. He clearly is on our side.
Have everything we need for the ordination, except for one thing. We still don't have that letter of approval from the Bishop of Munster.
Maddie has informed me that there has been an air raid on Munster. The bishop has been fled to emergency shelter, and we've dispatched letters to his new residence.
Perhaps this is a sign that the ordination should not take place.
We're so close.
But not close enough. We are still missing an essential document for this to proceed.
Yes, and we're running out of time. I have a feeling I'm going to be transferred out of here soon.
What? Why do you think that?
Well, I was one of 3 French bishops arrested on French soil by the Gestapo, but I've never formally been questioned.
Yes, you are still going to be interrogated. You could get transferred any day.
We are running out of time.
Everyone, you won't believe what I have here.
What?
What is it?
A letter from my sister, and in the middle of her letter is the Bishop of Munster's permission.
I'm sorry, but she cannot write his permission, even if he granted it.
It is.
It is? Where?
See, she writes there.
Dear brother, our Advent preparations are underway.
Down lower. Read on to where the handwriting changes.
I authorize the requested ceremonies on the twofold condition that they can be celebrated validly and that there should be some sure material proof of it. Signed, Clemens.
Clemens? That's his signature?
Yes! The Archbishop of Munster, Clemens August von Gallen.
And it's his handwriting.
Is this valid, Bishop?
This is valid.
What exactly is going on here?
My sister somehow got the Bishop of Munster to write his approval in the middle of her letter so it would go undetected.
You mean you have everything we need for my ordination?
Karl, we have everything we need for your ordination.
Those present at this Mass experience cannot be written in words. That day, no bells sang from a lofty cathedral tower, nor did any organ resound majestically through the rafters. It was just rows of filthy prisoners, stripped of all worldly possessions, but rich in faith, who adorned the chapel that day. Their bodies were broken, but their souls were lovely jewels in the crown of Christ. Seldom, or perhaps never, had so many priests been present at an ordination. Their outstretched hands, all in prayer and blessing over this fragile deacon, marked for death, living among 1,000 dangers and stopped by hatred. He was transformed into a priest that day, upon whom was bestowed the strength and the love of God. And now, he was entrusted to transmit this love to a world full of bitterness and hatred.
You are now a priest forever. May the peace of God that passes all understanding preserve your heart and guard your mind. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
When is Karl having his first mass? We're all waiting.
It's usually the day after the ordination, but I heard he's too sick to offer one now.
We begged and borrowed everything from the depots and warehouses of the camp. White sheets for tablecloths, flowers, coffee pots, pastries.
Pastries?
Father Shinoda had some local ladies bring them into the flower shop.
Karl must get better. We are all ready for his reception.
Karl, are you ready for your first mass today?
I think I'm ready.
He's getting up.
On this, the greatest day of his life, Karl stood in the prison barracks, far from his mother and father, his brothers, his sisters, and his friends. We wept with him silently, behind closed doors, and took some photos of his first Mass, so that his parents could see their son celebrating his first Mass in the concentration camp at Dachau.
Stand at attention! I have a list here of some men who are to be released from the camp. Once your number is called, you may pick up your things and head to the front gate. Prisoner 29791.
Why am I being released?
Don't ask questions, just go. I said go now.
Could I at least say goodbye?
No.
What will happen to these people, those who aren't released?
Go on, get out. You're going free.
This is all the food we can spare for the camp at this point. Who knows if they will need it if the Allies arrive soon. This is to be your last trip to the camp.
I just heard the radio report. The train station has been occupied by the Bavarian Liberation. People are calling them traitors.
I will try and get this to the camp, but there's no telling whether we'll get through now.
Here are the orders I have been fearing would come, Schmidt.
Well, what are they?
We are abandoning the camp from Reichsfuhrer Himmler. The prisoners of Dachau are to be evacuated and marched on foot to a clearing in the Alps, the valley of Tyrol. Once the prisoners arrive at this destination, they will build their own quarters and, if necessary, dig holes in the ground. This order begins now.
Build their own quarters? This is absurd. These men aren't going to be able to do that. They won't even survive the march.
That's not our problem, Schmidt. We will follow orders.
What will happen to the sick who can't walk?
Leave them behind. Anyone who can even remotely walk must be marched out to those Alps immediately. Our days here are over.
All right, get up! Everyone out! Quickly, come on. There's not much time. I can only take about 30 men with me. There's a truck parked right outside the front gate. Everyone, grab your items and go. You're all free, quickly!
Thank you, Otto. God bless you.
There's not much time. Everyone out. Come on. Karl, we have to go.
No, the others must go.
No, Karl, we have to go now.
Hurry up. There's no more room. We have to go now.
It's okay. I'm a priest now. You've done enough for me. You must let the others go.
I'll send help for you. Goodbye, my friend.
Everyone, forward! You there, get up! Keep moving! Keep moving, all of you! Walk, you pigs, move! Faster, everyone, keep moving!
Where are you taking them? Stop! Where are you taking them?
Into the mountain.
No! Let them go! No! No!
Get away.
No!
Maddie, we need to go.
Please,
You must
please,
leave
Father.
now!
Maddie!
No!
Peace, Maddie. May God protect you.
Priest!
Who's there?
Get up. Come with me. Here,
No.
put this on.
No, I can't.
You have to. Get up!
Too weak.
Get up!
Where are we going?
Here, I have 2 visitor passes. With these, they'll allow you to simply walk out of camp. You have to walk.
Okay.
You have no choice. You're gonna die if you stay here. Come on.
Why'd you come looking for me?
Someone once told me that God leaves the back door open for us to walk out in Him if we want to. Can we come back in once we leave?
If you're truly sorry for your sins, then yes, you can.
Even a man like me, I've done horrible, unspeakable things. I have the blood of a priest on my hands. Before Dachau, I had never seen such hatred. Eyes blazing with wickedness, mouths tortured with anger and contempt. At the sight of a priest, I joined in, striking, injuring, killing a priest. It all became an instinctive need for me. Father, please, I need to make a confession.
Go ahead. Don't be afraid.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been so long. Come now. You're going to be free.
And now, so are you.
Blessed Karl Liesner died 3 months after his release from the camp. He had a loyal visitor on his deathbed. Father Otto Pease was able to see Karl outside the camp before he died. Later, Father Otto compiled the documentation that went towards Karl's beatification. Karl only celebrated 1 Mass.